Peace.
Peace.
This is Joshua Allah, Mr. PhD. You're just now entering the cipher called Real to Real 360. K-Wise.
Peace, God.
Bring that beat in, kid.
Indeed.
Peace.
Yeah. What's going on, party people? Welcome to the Real to Real 360 show. Let's get it in.
We do the knowledge and wisdom so you can understand. Real to Real 360 shows in full command. We changing the game for how it all was taught. From bondage to freedom to an independent thought. Yo, the show is here to bring about a change for real. To lighten everyone so we all know the deal. 360 degrees is a fact. We created the show to give our love back to our communities so we can know what's going on and give them the support from knowledge to born. So if you're ready to learn, then it's time to go. Sit back and relax and enjoy your show. Peace.
Peace and blessings, true indeed, true indeed. First, as always, a mighty shout out to Allah's 5% nation of gods and earths, to all the human families of the planet Earth, and to everybody elsewhere, I say peace. Welcome to another exciting episode of the Real to Real 360 show. But of course, this cannot be possible if I don't bring out my right hand, my brother in God himself, none other than my co-host, Mr. Joshua Allah, a.k.a. Mr. PhD. He is in the building. Peace to the God.
Peace, God. Peace. Peace to Allah's 5% nation of gods and earths. Peace to all our followers and listeners, those who've been with us since day one and those who are just now recognizing the Real to Real 360. I want to say peace and welcome to this show today. This show today, we're going to be building with our righteous brother. We're bringing him back on. He was our first guest from the very first season. And he was our first guest for a reason, because Mr. Seven himself is always reinventing himself. You know what I'm saying? He's a poet. He's done killed many poetry slams. You know what I'm saying? Living mathematics, MCing since the late 80s, early 90s, working with some of the greats, stood on the Apollo Theater, you know what I'm saying, stage and crushed it. Now, also, too, in today's time, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Seven himself has reinvented himself. He's an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. He teaches school with the babies. And he has involved himself, which he can't even say involved himself, but he done baptized himself, you know what I'm saying, into his son's lifestyle, which is track and field, making sure that, you know what I'm saying, the young God is getting his education, moving forward, and being a proper representative of himself and also his family. So at this moment in time, I want to bring on Mr. Seven, King Kasim God Allah. Would you come on in? Peace to the God.
Peace.
Peace to the God.
Peace, God. Peace, Almighty.
Peace, God. How you, man?
I'm great. Glad to be back.
You know what I mean? I wanted to throw it in. I wanted to make sure that they realize you still a God MC. You know what I'm saying? With all the hats that you wear, you still a God MC. You know what I'm saying?
You already know what that is, man. I started that at the Build degree. You know what I'm saying? I can't stop that.
Oh no, man, no doubt. As in the words of my favorite song, man, you got to get them seal off self bills, baby. You know what I mean?
Sure indeed, got to feed them babies.
No question.
Word.
But the sense is this, though, God. Like, how do you keep reinventing yourself? Like, we talked about the music, we talk about, you know what I'm saying, the poetry. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to it, you wear many hats. As far as like an educator, you know what I'm saying? You teach not only in school, but you teach the basic science of poetry. And on top of that, how do you keep, you know what I'm saying, balance with your fatherhood? Because being a single parent and single father, you know what I'm saying, raising a young God, having a young queen, you know, how do you balance all that in one setting?
God, I think the answer to that lies in today's mathematics. You know what I mean? Only the wise understand our power.
Right.
You know, and power being the truth. You got to utilize the truth about yourself, you know, in order to do that, you know. And, you know, I'm not saying that lightly. Please don't mistake that, you know, for me being, you know, for lack of a better word, conceited or aloof about it. But, you know, God, we were given supreme mathematics, and those are the keys to unlock the universe. So when you need to figure something else out, you know, you use what you have, you know, in order to put yourself in the place that you need to be. And, you know, the best thing in the world was that I've always been a studier. I've always been a reader. I've always enjoyed teaching. I've been doing that since, you know, the late 90s, early 2000s. The poetry, that's hip hop. You know what I mean? If you take the music away from any music, be it hip hop, R&B, or whatever, those lyrics are poems. You know, those are metaphors. They set up to make you see something, to give you a certain reality. When it comes to being a barber, I learned how to do that at Knowledge Build Degrees in college. You know what I mean? I can draw. My friends taught me how to cut hair because I can draw. So I started putting my graffiti characters on the back of people's head, you know, and that's how that happened, you know. So, and the blessing was the brother that owned the shop that I worked in, when he closed it down for COVID, he was like, God, you got to go out there and buy yourself a mobile. You got to go buy a van. And he pushed me to do it. I didn't really want to do that. You know, I wanted one, but I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to spend, to see a lot of self-build. I spent it, and the best investment I made in a long time was that.
Now, with you being mobile, how did that go? Did you have to get certain permits? Do you set up somewhere, and or how do you advertise for individuals to come to your mobile barbershop?
I just let my clientele know, and word of mouth does it mostly for me. I didn't get the certifications and all that other stuff that you need to do with it being early. It's only a year old. I wanted to test the waters and see what it is. That van is registered as my personal vehicle, and you can do whatever it is you want to do inside of your personal vehicle, as long as you're not in a commercial space. So right now, that's what I'm doing, testing the water, pull up on people. They give me a call or a text. I pull up, you know what I mean, give you a cut, and I'm out.
Okay.
It's like somebody coming to your basement, or coming in the rest and you cutting them there. That can't be regulated. That's my personal property.
Right. So having your own barbershop, you know what I mean? How is that for you? You know what I'm saying? Where you're dealing with ownership and entrepreneurs and everything else.
God, it's great. You know what I mean? Like I literally can, whatever checks I get from the school, I can let that stay in the bank and pay whatever bills, and what I make part-time in that barbershop is more than I make at the school.
Wow.
So that goes in my pocket, so I get to actually stack and add on, and create a future, you know what I mean, for the young guard, although he's out here doing it himself. I'm able to create something, some sort of legacy that I can leave to him, because I'm able to stack something now, and that's the best thing in the world.
Right. We talk about personally, like leaving legacies, and we spoke about the young God and the journey that he's about to embark on, and his success so far in high school. Now, you being a supportive parent that you are, and we can see right now that you're at one of his track meets. You know what I mean? How is it watching yourself, grow up again? Like, because looking at the young God, you know what I'm saying, you can see you all over again. So how is it for you to watch yourself grow and be as strong and dominant in the track and field game that he is?
God, it's an eye-opener, through our young people's accomplishment, through our babies' accomplishments. We not only can see who we are, but we also see what we could have done with what we have, right? And then to get to see that happen anyway, because he is myself. I look at the reflections of him, when he's crossing the finish line or when he's running or what have you, and he looks just like my old dad, especially with his fro. He's like a light-skinned George, and it's so funny to me. And you knew my old dad, you knew my pops. You know what I mean? So to see Amiri doing that, it just brings joy, G-O-D. It brings joy. Willfully the crowd noise is not too loud. I'm at the Bergen County Meet of Champions right now, where the young guard is about to go get some medals and take his crown and put it on his head, in the 800, and it's a big race, The young brother that's going to be behind him goes to Bergen Tech. They ran together as children, in Hackensack Junior track, and Dylan always stayed right behind Amiri. He was always number 2. And the last reflections you see, the original man that's right behind the young guard, that's Dylan, and he runs for a different school, So I told Amiri yesterday, I'm like, yo, that's your man, but not on the track.
No question.
He said, Dad, I know. I said, I know you know. You know what I mean? For them couple minutes, man, you running them laps, you don't know him, and he don't know you, like, because he's coming for what you have,
Right.
And we're not about to just give away, that which we fought, bled, and worked so hard for.
Absolutely.
Right, no question. Like I spoke to you before about the pin games, right? The track
Yes,
meet,
sir.
the big track meet. I have a coworker who is a track coach as well. And it was crazy to me. I'm leaving work and he's talking about the pin races and the young guard name came up and I was like, yo, how you know my nephew? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And he
that's
was like,
beautiful.
he said, that's your nephew? I said, yeah. You know what I mean? And he was like, yo, he smoked. He let him know. He's like, yo, he smoked the fest. So it was beautiful to know that he's getting the recognition, not just in the tri-state area, but outside. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
God. Yeah,
That he's
G.
definitely doing his job and that, you know what I'm saying, the Nation of God's Enough Lost 5% is definitely behind him and supporting him in everything that he does. And to watch him grow has been really meaningful because you remember when he was on, you know what I'm saying, the music video, you know what I'm saying, with you a squid, he was a young guy and he was
Yes, sir.
small. And then now to see him looking like Mr. George, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And I'm just waiting for him to put on Mr. George fatigues and have his shirt off like that picture Mr. George had, you know what I'm saying?
In Vietnam.
With Vietnam with the afro, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
no question.
definitely how, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to that, the education has always been the first and foremost for him. That was your driving point.
That's right.
How difficult has it been to try to keep him focused on his education as well as, you know what I'm saying, his extracurricular activities?
They go hand in hand. It's interesting because when his old Earth and I separated, almost power years ago, he went through love, hell, and right, and he wasn't doing anything, And just last year, like his junior year in the 11th grade, he decided he wanted to run spring track. He felt like he wanted to come back to himself. He didn't even run since the 7th grade. He came back last year and started breaking records. And one of his former coaches even said after an injury that he had, oh, he'll never be a miler again. Well, he holds the record. He holds 6 records at this school: the 1 mile, the 2 mile, the 800, you know what I'm saying, and the 1600, and 2 other records, you know what I mean, at this school right here. And the same coach, basically had to kind of eat his words, He had to eat his words. And that's my man. He's a good dude, and he's been coaching forever, So it's real interesting, to see his determination and what he decided to do, because he decided to make it manifest, and the grades went in hand. As soon as he started running again, his GPA went back up to a 4.0, and he was holding, between the 3.7 and the 4.0 all year. So he's got a full scholarship to Iowa Western, which is a junior college. He's going to be there for a semester, and he's going to transfer. He's got the University of Alabama Crimson Tide after him. UNC is after him. Notre Dame is after him. The coach at UPenn, where they held the Penn Relays, is after him. Another school in Arizona. I mean, on his physical, we went out to eat. We sitting at the table, and a brother that ran in the last Olympics gave him a call and wished him a happy born day.
Wow.
This is who this kid is. Yesterday we were at the movies, and the dude at the the concession stand was like, "Hey, you run for Hackensack, right?" He was like, "Yo, you're dope." And Mary was like real humble about it, just thank you. He was a little flabbergasted. He looked at me and was like, "Dad, wow, that's incredible." I'm like, "No, you're incredible." And I love the humility. You're not walking around here, holding your sack, acting like you all that. Like these things still take him by surprise. He takes everything in, and it's all a blessing to him. So, you can't get any better than that. And as long as he's giving himself room to grow by not being all, big headed about it. He ain't all Yakub about it. As long as he's doing that, he can continue to grow. He's not limiting himself. He's open to whatever suggestions. Man, me and his old Herb did a good job with him, man. I'm pleased. He's never been in trouble. He's not on that path. He doesn't have that type of attitude. He's just a good guy, man. He's just an all-around good guy. And of course, when I was like, "Yo, what's today's mathematics?" He gave me today's mathematics.
Now, the question I have is, what do fatherhood mean to you? You know what I'm saying? Being able to be an involved father as well as you are.
Repeat that, please.
What do what do being a father mean to you? Like, because you're an involved father, what do fatherhood actually mean to Kasim?
If there's no him, there's no me at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even while I'm talking to you, I'm looking at him on the track, right?
Right.
He's just warming up or whatever. But my focus is always wherever he is, you know, because not only is he an extension of me, he is me. He's my best part. And I'm so involved in his life, you know, and I mean, not just hands-on. Of course, I'm definitely hands-on, but everything about me is all about him.
Mm-hmm.
If anything is wrong with him, everything is wrong with me. You know,
Right.
is what I'm saying. Um, Without him, there is no me. I don't. At times, that's my reason. He's my why. That's my reason. I do what I do. That's why I'm going so hard. That's why, you know, not only did he have to turn his life around, so did I. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That reinvention you're talking about, that reinvention of self, so did I. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because I had to show and prove to him that I can, because he come from me so he can know that he can, and he can do a better job because he's the best part.
Right.
Indeed. Indeed.
You
Right.
know,
Now, with
it's just about him, G.
with that, is he as talented that you are with wordplay and your artistic for drawing and things of that nature? Do he have those same type of interests?
Nah, it's not what he wants to do. You know, he can sing. He you know, especially when he was young. I mean, he was pitch perfect. Like, he hears a song and he can sing a song. You know, he he'll join the sport and he'll master the sport.
Mm-hmm.
Part of self. He was great in football. He was just too little. You know how he was. So he was taking hits,
Yeah.
but he was scoring touchdowns.
Right.
Wrestling, he was rookie of the year. He had match of the year. He wrestled for about 5 years. I put him
Mm-hmm.
in boxing. His coach wanted to put him in the Olympics. His
Mm-hmm.
hands were so sweet. You know, his coordination is ridiculous. You
Mm-hmm.
know, even as a 6-year-old, they were playing t-ball. He told his coach, "We don't want to hit off the tee. We want you to pitch."
Right.
Every game he's 2 for 3, 3 for 3. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, when he was power degrees, you know, they had a that's 5 years old for the listeners who's not in the nation. When he was 5, they had a marathon in his kindergarten class where they had to run a block, which is, you know, when you run around the school, 4 blocks.
Uh-huh.
Got 4 corners. God, I went to, you know, get out there to the side of the school to see him running. He
Mm-hmm.
was already turning the corner. The rest of the school was where I was. I had to cut through the school, you know, to get to the other side to
Uh-huh.
watch him coming in. He was coming in with 2 athletes from the Fairleigh Dickinson University, because they were
Uh-huh.
running in the streets with them. It
Uh-huh.
was 2 track runners from college and him. And then when they finished past the, you know, the finish line, here
Uh-huh.
come the rest of the school. Nobody could believe it. They were like, this little boy. But I already knew, because that summer we were in North Carolina.
Uh-huh.
He raced against all his cousins. His
Right.
cousins are all older than him. He beat all of them. He was 5. You know, my sister's son did a handstand.
Uh-huh.
So Amiri did a one-handed handstand. I have the reflection. I can show you the reflection. He's 5, upside down, balanced on one hand. He's sick with it, G. He's sick
Yo,
with it.
where do
You know?
Amiri gets his competitive spirit from?
From me, you know, from me and his mother. We both competitive, you know.
Uh-huh.
He gets his athletics, you know, from my side of the family. My old dad, man, we used to go to the movies, me, him, and my sister. He'd light a Winston, and
Uh-huh.
we'd run home from the movies. He running home smoking the Winston. Me and Sonia right with him. Sonia ran track. She ran distance and cross country from 7th grade all the way through college. She finished at George Mason. You know what I
Right.
mean? My track coach, he wanted me to run. He was my gym teacher. He asked me to run. I told him I didn't want to run for your team. I'm faster than everybody on your team. That was stupid and conceited and, you know, and big-headed, but it's true. Nobody on the team could beat me, and I didn't want to run with him. And that was dumb as hell. I should have done that, you know, but I didn't, you know. So I look at the young guard, and I'm like, wow, look at me. You
Right.
know, a better version of me too, because he's been doing this since he was 9 years old. You know, he's been in Junior Olympics 3 years. Carl Lewis and signed his shoes, and then at Penn Relays, I ran into Carl again. I reminded him of Amiri, and he was like, "Yo, I signed his shoes." Yes, you did. You
Uh-huh.
know, he's right over there. He just came in 5th in the 3200. He said, "For real?" I'm like, "Yes, he did. He's going home with jewelry." He came home with a medal.
Right.
You know.
Now to watch Amiri get all these medals and accolades, and knowing that Amiri is going to the next level because the potential is so high for Amiri. What are the courses of events that you got set going forward to stay involved when he goes into college?
My thing is this: you're going to Iowa. That's where I'm getting my plane ticket to. You know, when you transfer to Alabama or wherever you want to go, that's where I'm getting my ticket to. You know, if you need that, I'll get an apartment and I'll move. I don't give a damn. Whatever you need, I'm gonna make sure I can do. You know, and if I can't do it right now, I'll set it up so I can do it a little bit later. But you're gonna have it. You know, if it means me sacrificing for you to have, so be it. You know, that's how I'm set up. It's whatever move he makes, that determines my next course of action until he doesn't need me anymore, you know, until he can turn around and be like, Dad, I got you, you know. And he's
Now,
seen examples of that because we moved my old dad up, you know, with us. So he's seen that too. And his, you know, his old Earth's, you know, moms, we moved her in, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we take care of our elders. So he learned that early.
right. Now, being a single parent, single father, what is the message that you would give to other individuals who are in your shoes as a single father?
Do not get discouraged. Stay in your child's life. They need you. As much as you need them, they need you. And if you don't realize how much you need them, be without them for a minute and be honest with yourself and how you feel about the situation and about yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
That's it. Stay in their lives. They need you.
And what is the response that when individuals say, you know, they applaud you for being a single father, a single dad? What is your response to that? Because I know I went through that scenario with my young God, but what is your response when individuals recognize the job you do?
I don't get a medal for doing what I'm supposed to do. It's my duty.
Right.
I don't get no medals for that. That's my job. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? That's just what it is. I'm not here to be lauded for that, nor applauded. You know what I'm saying? Speak to me when you see I'm not doing that.
Right.
You know? Bust me down when you see I'm not doing that. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. You know?
Indeed.
And
Indeed.
any accolades should go to him, not me.
Because it's the obligation that we have to our children, and it's
That's
the
right.
obligation that you have to him, obligation and responsibility. Because
Yes, God.
at no given time did he have a choice to come. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
I owe him, God. I owe him.
Right.
I put him here. I owe him.
Right. And,
You know?
so with that mindset, with a lot of individuals, they look at you and they say, well, Mr. Seven is an MC. Mr. Seven is a nation builder. But I want people to recognize Mr. Seven as being a father, you know,
Right,
and
God.
that's the point that we are having today. This is about fatherhood. This is about individuals who are in their children's lives to make a change for the better, to give them something that we didn't have. Even though, you know, say you had Mr. George, and Mr. George was a great man, but there were some things that were missing that you were able to give Amiri that Mr. George didn't give you.
That's right. Like I didn't have my dad like Amiri has me, you know. Pardon self, I'm just checking on the situation.
Right.
You know, I had him and I did not at the same time. You know.
Uh-huh.
I learned manhood running around with my boys. You
Right.
know, I bumped my head into life. You know, I had my pops on Sundays, and that's what I vehemently was against, being a Sunday dad. You know, if the situation presented itself that is old Earth and I would not continue, you know, our union. And it you know, because of my work schedule, especially Saturdays in the shop, you know, he would spend the whole weekend. He got tired of sitting up in the barber shop all day, you know, because I'm a busy barber, you know what I mean?
Right.
So he just sitting there, whatever you want, you get, but half the time he's on the couch knocked out, you know,
Right.
and that wasn't fair to him either. So I gave him his Saturdays back. He's a young man, you know, so we got the Sundays. But if there's anything going on, I don't care what time, you know, of day or night, what day during the week, everything stops and I'm out here, you know. I made it out here in time to not only do the show, but to set myself up, so I can see this race, so we can watch this race together, whatever's necessary. But Dad is here for him, and that's
Right.
it. That's it. And yes, my word is bond, bond is life, and I'll give my life before my word shall fail. But if it was a toss-up between this show, you know what I mean, and watching him run,
It's gonna be him
brother,
run.
you know I love you. You know what I'm saying? You're my brother, but you know what it is. You know
I
what I'm
know.
saying? We gotta reschedule. You know what I'm saying?
No
So,
question.
we got a happy medium, God. Like, everybody's gonna get to watch him run. I'm gonna turn
Right.
that camera around and we're gonna watch the young God do his thing.
And with
Hella high
that,
water, whatever happened, that we doing this together because
no
that's y'all's
question.
little brother.
No
That's your
doubt,
little
man.
brother. That's your nephew. That's your little brother.
You know what I mean? And I tell you, it's funny because Amiri's nice with the chessboard. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, so that
he's
tells you that he's a thinker. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. He's playing chess with each and every one of them out there. I love
Right.
how he lets some people get out the starting block first. You know what I mean? Got them think they get all comfortable and he's sitting on their hip, so they working harder because they know he's there. They working harder. They working harder. He's just sitting on them. They working harder. He's sitting on them. And then as soon as he sense they get tired, bow, he just leaves everybody. And his kick is ridiculous. I can't wait to see it happen again. I've been watching this since he was little, man. It's just so crazy to see that happen.
How old is the young God now?
He's knowledge Bill. He 18.
Indeed. One
Yeah,
thing I
man.
gotta add on, God.
I was just holding him like a football. Now he's 18.
Right.
Yo, the beautiful part
Man.
about all this, God, is looking at the reflection on your face as you speak volume of your
G.
young God. You see the love in you. It's pouring out just by nature, which is the right and exact thing.
Thank you.
So to hear you speak high values of your young seed is the reflection of that manifests within you. So everything that you're doing is, if you say it's for him, but it's still for you as well, because it gives you that shine. You know,
it keeps me alive, God.
Exactly.
It keeps me alive, G. Ain't nothing out here in the streets, man. Ain't nothing in the club. Ain't nothing in the lounge for me. Everything is right here. Everything is right here.
God,
Wherever
I remember.
he is, that's where I live.
Yo, God, I remember when you brought Mr. George up to stay with y'all, and the relationship that Mr. George, which is your old dad, had with Amiri was phenomenal.
Yeah, God.
And being the fact that, like, when Mr. George returned home to the essence, how it affected Amiri, and he's used track and field as therapy for whatever he's been going through.
No, God, that's when he used boxing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's when
he was boxing. When my old dad returned, it was 2 weeks to the day after I moved out. He didn't want to run anymore. He didn't want to do anything. So I asked him if he wanted to box, because he's like me. He'll keep it in and he'll get angry. You know what I mean? And he was very angry. Even when he was just, sparring lightly, he was punching with bad intentions. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can ask the God, like, Amiri would hit you to knock you out, and it was crazy. Here comes this old earth right now. Hold on a second. Lou, hold on. Say peace. We talking about Amiri.
Peace, Queen.
That's his mama right there. That's the other competitive edge right there. You got it honest. That's KY's and Josh Chamel's The Real 360 show.
Oh yeah.
How you doing?
Hey.
That's the champion. That's the champion mama.
Yeah, that's right. And here come his sister. This is the champion sister right here. Hey, baby girl. Say peace.
Hi.
Peace. How are you?
Peace, Queen.
All right.
And that alone, I want to say this. That alone, I take my hat off because of the way that y'all co-parent when it comes down to Amiri and the young queen. That speaks volumes of the foundation and the relationship that you have, and what y'all focus is on the babies. The personal thing y'all put aside, but when it comes down to the babies, I've watched how y'all come together, and I want to salute you and her for that.
Peace. Thank you. God, we graduated high school together. That's been my friend since we were 16. You know what I mean? So I refuse to allow our personal nonsense to get in the way of the friendship, which existed before we thought about doing anything like that. And the child that we got together and the 2 children that we raised together, because my baby girl is my package deal. When we started dating, she was power and a half. You know, when Mary was born, she was 7. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's mine. You know, and she already let me know I'm her real dad. You know what I mean?
That's
I'm
salute.
full. When it comes to that, I'm full. Because that's the hardest thing in the world. You know, I don't accept that stepfather nonsense. That's not who
No,
I am. I'm her dad, you know.
right.
And her father, you know, I'm cool with him. We cool. You
Yeah,
know, we cool. Whenever she was going through what, you know, different things in life, I'm like, call him too. You know,
Right.
call him too because she needs him, you know, as much as she need me. So now she got 2, you know, to come and help save her. She's, man, please. And it wasn't easy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's, you know the science with a girl, man. You know,
yeah, yeah.
I'm the new dad. What? What? I'm gonna kill him. You know. As she
Yeah,
became a teenager, she understood me. You know what I'm saying? And she knew how much I loved her. And that's all that matters, G. That's all that matters. You know. Whatever
It's
and
happened with me and her moms is whatever.
yeah. And you know, like I said, you know, that's the key when it comes down to men and women having children is to be able to co-parent and put personal situation aside because we need to push the babies as much as we can and support them
That's
as
right.
much as we can. We've
That's
always
right.
spoke about not agreeing to this step parent scenario because an individual don't have to be biologically yours to actually become yours. You know, it's just like being related to an individual. Just because you're related don't make you family. You know
Damn
what I'm
right.
saying? Blood don't make you
Damn right.
related. Make
G, you
you
know what
family.
it is. My
No
duty
question.
was to fat her mind and to
Uh-huh.
further her education and further her in life, man. And I did the best I could, and she knows that. You
That's
know?
it. That's it. And like back to Amiri, like one thing that like we said, he whatever he was going through, he used extracurricular activity on a positive note to use as a therapy situation. Where
Yes.
instead of going out doing something negative, he channeled
Right.
his energy to do something positive. And
Right.
that right there lets me know cognitively he's on the next level.
Yes, sir.
You know, his
Yes,
thought
sir.
process, the way he look at life, he's going to be successful because of his determined idea and how he addresses situations that he embarks in. Whether it's positive or negative, he always finds a way to release his energy in a positive format. Um,
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
that the conversation that you always have with him?
Well, indeed. And that stemmed from when it first went down and he was in boxing. And you know, he boxed for a year. His skills really got great fast. And what he told me was he doesn't like hitting people. He said, I damn sure don't want to get hit, so I don't,
Mhm.
but I don't like hitting people. He said, I don't like how I am in the ring because I'm trying to hurt people. Like he would literally, in a spar, start connecting and cry because he was angry. You know what I mean? And that's why he decided he didn't want to do it anymore. You know, and he wasn't out in the streets having fights. That wasn't his thing. He had one fight. You know, a kid on the court pushed him, and you know, my little nephew was like, "Hey, yeah, I'm on my way." My nephew was like, "Uncle Kaz, can I tell you what happened?" Amiri was like, "Dad, let Alan tell you." He said, "Uncle Kaz, the kid pushed Amiri. Amiri pushed him back. The kid stepped to him, and all you heard was." It was a 2-piece, and the kid was getting up. He grabbed his book bag and he went home. I said, "Oh shit!" I said, "Oh shit!" You know, he don't walk around like he tough. He don't walk like we used to walk. He don't. He this ain't him. That's not
Uh-huh.
him. He's just a nice guy. He wants to
Right,
have fun. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And he stays to himself in his small circle, and
right.
that's it. You know?
God, I'm glad. Let me add on to that with you. We all know the negative connotations that we deal with in everyday life of
Yes, sir.
being black. Now, with all the stuff that goes on in most neighborhoods, police brutality, racial profiling and bullying and all that. Do you sit down as your son, you and him just sit down and talk about the real life issue that goes on around in the areas and how he conducts himself to shoot and move?
Without question.
Absolutely.
Without question. He knows what I expect of him. He knows what his mother expects of him. You know, he knows that the black man is God. He knows he has to be a civilized man, you know, period. He can't be out in the streets acting like that. And that's not something he's ever desired to do nor be. You know, that's just not his style. He looks at it and he thinks people are foolish when they conduct themselves like that. You know, and that's the best thing. Like, he had both of us. You know, he has a strong mother, you know what I mean? And I've been told that I'm a strong man, you know what I mean? So that combination kept him pretty much on the right path. You know, the only time he really got funky was really when we broke up, you know, and I had to tell him, you know what I mean, watch how you talk to your old earth, you know what I'm saying? You know, because he was starting to get older and feel himself, and, you know, he was a little angry about certain things, so sometimes he come out his mouth wrong, but he checked himself on that too. You know, he heard what I had to say. We talk about police brutality. We talk about, you know, watching yourself out here in the streets, you know, and he doesn't be out in the streets. He don't be around thuggish kids, you know. That's not what he likes. You know, he's not around kids that's smoking and drinking, you know. If they doing that around him, he goes the other way, you know. And especially out here in Hackensack, these police kill out here. You know what I mean? They didn't return one of the guards out here, you know, before I got here. You know, they returned this Spanish kid around the corner from where we rest, you know, where I used to rest. They're not something you want to mess with. You know what I'm saying? One day I was waiting for him. He was late coming home from middle school. I'm standing at the top of the block looking for my son. A cop pulls right in front of me. I was like, "Can I help you?" I said, "Yeah, you can move because you're blocking my line of vision. I'm looking for my son. He's late coming home from 6th grade. He's in middle school." "Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Pardon me." And he drove off, you know. And that's what we deal with, you know, we were dealing with out here. So he's got to keep his head on the swivel, you know. The night that they acquitted the cop that killed Mike Brown, the police had me against the wall with my shoes off searching me. They don't, you know. Okay. I think he's getting ready to do his thing.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we about to witness history right here in the making.
Oh, girls first.
Oh, the girls?
Girls first.
It's still history in the making.
Yeah, it's getting ready to go down.
It's getting ready to go down.
Yeah, I gotta stop grinning. You know what I mean?
So, Kaz, what's next for you in the music plateau, G?
I got a mix CD that's ready, almost ready. I got to mix it down, and I'm working on an album right now. And it's been a while. I didn't know if I wanted to do it. COVID, I had COVID pneumonia really bad, and it sidelined me. You know, my lungs are still recovering from what they call long COVID. But you know, I got something for you. I got a whole lot of music for you.
Of course, I already know that heat was coming out. You know what I mean? I was gonna wait to bring you back for that heat.
I got some fire. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I can send you a little something. You know, so you could. It'd be great if you could, you know, show. You know,
oh no question.
You know, got some.
Yo, I think the closer the guard get to the track and field, they start messing with our connection. I don't know what's going on with that.
You know how it is.
Yeah, man. You know, because history is gonna be made. It's gonna be televised today. I don't know about nobody else. You know what I'm saying? They can deny the revolution, but the history finna be made right now. You understand me?
Absolutely.
It's getting ready to go down.
They're not gonna deny my nephew his TV time. You hear me?
That's right. I took him home nice and early yesterday. You know, we went to Veggie Heaven. We ate right. You know what I mean? He rested right. You know, let's see what it is.
You know what I mean? We already know what it is. It's his.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Any race that Amiri gets in is his to lose, not his to win. Because he already won because he stepped on the track and field joint.
Exactly. That's what I tell him and all of the athletes, you know what I'm saying, that he's with since they were young. You already out here. You suited and booted, man. You won. Now just go out there and just finish it physically. You already won. So just go do what you do. You know, bring it home.
And that's what it is,
and
man.
that's another thing, man. Like, regardless to whom or what, these are all babies, and they all our babies. So I root for each of them equally. Obviously, I want my son to win. You know what I mean? But I relish in the victory of any of these children because it's only going to push them further in life. You know,
Right.
let them keep getting victories. You know, also when you don't win, that's a strong life lesson. But you're not always win. You know, so what kind of winner are you when you don't cross the finish line first? You know, because that determines who you're going to be in life. There's always going to be setbacks. If you let a setback stop you, peace. If you let a setback stop you, you were never ready from the first place, and you're not who you thought you were. You know,
right. And that within itself, you know what I'm saying, speaks volumes. And we want to make sure that everybody know that you never lose. It's always a lesson. It's always a jewel. You know what I'm saying? It's always a jewel. You never lose. You're always winning. You win, you know what I'm saying, because you learn the lesson.
That's
So
right, God.
with the babies, we teach them more lessons than anything else. And
that's right, God.
Today,
that's what I used to tell his team when I was his football coach. You know, I was one of the assistant coaches for his football team, the New Jersey Giants. And that's exactly what I used to tell every one of them. And I used to ask them, how do you see that L? Is that a loss or did you learn something? Is it a lesson? They said it's a lesson. I said, all right, let's go. We in practice right now. You know, let's apply these lessons. Let's get better. You know, and the team got better, ended up in the playoffs. You know, I'm just so proud of these young people, man. I'm just so proud of them.
You know, we're proud of you.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
So is history making time, ladies and gentlemen?
It's time. It's time. It's
really time. Pay attention. Get close to the screen. We're going to watch the young guard.
Bring home so I'm about to turn the phone around so everybody can see. All right.
No question. You know what I'm saying?
All right. Peace. You see him? He got number 1 on his shirt.
Number 1, because he is Allah. That's it.
Babies are the greatest.
Here we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yellow shirt, afro.
Baby, Mr. George.
Mary Whittle in the building. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Where you at, guy? Let me see him.
Can you see? Can you see him?
No. The camera's still towards you. Turn the camera around.
Let's go, Pop.
Yes, sir. Let's go, young God. Let's go. Let's go, young God.
Yeah.
Let's go, Amiri. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. We support our babies, man. We support our babies. Let's make it happen.
You see him? If you see him, he's sitting on the hip of the person in first. He's about to pass him right now. Let's go, Amiri!
That's it.
Yeah, son!
Yeah,
son!
You see him. You see him. You see him.
You see it. You see it.
You see him.
Let's go!
Yes, nephew. Yes, nephew. Make it happen, God.
He's in first. The young man I told you about, Dylan DeCambra, is right behind him.
Yeah,
they grew up doing this together.
That's that one punch.
Which run is this?
This one right here. I think this is for
Let's go!
New Jersey champions, the championship for New Jersey.
No, I'm saying what length?
He's not even letting Dylan stay close today.
He won't.
And that's his boy. That's his bro right there. Yeah. Let's go, Pop! Let's go!
Look at him walk away from him. Look at him walk away from him.
Let's go! Let's go!
Walk away from him.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Come on, Pop! Let's go! County champ. County champ.
That's it. That's it.
Bergen County champ.
Bergen County champ.
Yes, God.
Bergen son.
That's it, man. That's it, man. Yo, we're proud of Amiri.
Yes.
Thank you for letting us be a part of the championship with Amiri, man.
Dylan is nice.
I don't think I've ever really paid attention to Dylan. He's nothing.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yo, thank you for letting us be a part of that, God.
Hey.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
How are you?
Hey, sis. How you?
Good.
All right. Peace. What's going on, brother? All right. Yeah, so we did that. Hey, What's up,
Yeah,
brother?
man.
I'm good. Good to see you. Oh my God, I'm getting old. Everybody got so big.
Yeah.
I know. You better. You
Yo,
better.
man.
Yo, Josh,
Hold on. We
Yo.
got jewelry.
I gotta
Fun
make
stuff.
him
I'll be
laugh.
right
I
back
gotta
with
make
you.
him laugh. Watch this.
What event? Long jump? That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations.
Kasim,
Excellent.
there's a rumor. There's a
You know
rumor
our
going
babies.
around.
You know our babies. You know our babies.
Hold
You gotta
on.
call him that. Keep him humble. Yeah, he looks down on me now. I'm his little daddy. Like I used to look at my father. Like, all right, I'm his little daddy now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let me go finish this show. I'll be right back.
Proud moment.
Oh
Proud
man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
Yo, God, there's a rumor going around. I need you to verify it to be true or not.
What's that?
Some people calling you the rap Keith Sweat.
See, I almost said something.
Is it that guy look
Especially
like
because-
Keith Sweat? You mean the rapper Keith Sweat?
Yeah. Yo, that's hilarious. Oh boy. Oh boy. I think I might have a hot seat for whoever said that if they got this out. Word is bond. You got too much time to be joking. We got people to teach out here. You joking. Yo,
Oh man.
I'm about to ask him what he promised this nation he was gonna do.
Oh no. Hey.
Yeah. You know, I was at a comedy show and Guy Torrey played me. You know, he called me Keith Sweat. So that's why I'm laughing so hard. You know, I heard this before.
I knew I was right, John.
Okay, wise. We yeah, all right. Yeah, champ mama. I saw it.
Oh.
Yeah. Hey, coach.
Yeah,
I'm great right now.
The young God is fast as hell, man. Yeah.
Oh,
the God was like, yo, the young God fast as
got
hell. Yeah, he fast,
It's
man.
all good, God.
Yeah. All right, so he ran a 156. He ran a 156. He's 3 seconds off the county record for that.
Okay.
All right.
But he definitely just ate the school's record again.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Now was
proud.
Like we said before, it was his win. It was his race to lose because he had already won. We
Yes,
had
sir.
already said he won. You know what I'm saying? And when God got a determined idea, you know what I'm saying, we make that manifest. And that was his determined idea.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Amiri is unstoppable. You know what I'm saying? Amiri is unstoppable. You know what I mean?
Man.
When he got something in his mind to do, he's gonna make that happen. That's just like with all our babies. You know what I mean? And like I said, I want to thank you, Kosh, you know what I'm saying, for allowing Real to Real 360 to be a part of this momentous day, you know what I'm saying, for the young God, for your family and everything like that. We really appreciate that, Lord.
Indeed.
Peace, God. I appreciate y'all as well, you know, especially just to showcase, what our babies do to our people too, man, because we need to see that, you know what I mean? We need to see that. We need to push our babies, man, to greatness. We can't keep telling them that they're great. We got to show them that they're great. We got to push them in a direction that they show greatness. You know what I mean? Look, man, it's up to us. It's up to us. You know, it's up to us completely. If we want to reverse the polarity of what our people going through here in the wilderness in North America, it's up to us. You know, wisdom is the application of your knowledge, man. We got to tell them to get out there and do it. That's when they're going to see the results. That's when they'll understand who they really are. It's up to us.
Indeed, man. And again, let the followers and listeners know what race did my nephew just win.
Oh, that was the 800 meters. He is now the Bergen County champ of the 800 meters, the 3,200, the 1,600, and the 1 mile, and the 2 mile.
He owns it all.
It belongs to you now, G.
Yo, God, make
belongs to
sure
him.
you take a picture. Stand by him, take a picture with all the medals and accolades and send it to us so we can post it right here.
Oh, you already know. I got you.
First of all, I'm gonna say straight and down, Allah has no competition. Allah has no competition. There is nobody greater than Allah himself. And Amiri is the God of track and field as well as the universe. He owns it
Indeed.
all. He owns it all. So for those of you who don't know who my nephew is, you about to find out. You about to find
Yeah,
out
no
real
question.
quick.
Just remember on NBC when they be having them events with them 5 rings. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's what he's shooting for right now. You know,
That's right.
he wants to be out there on that Olympic stage. So I told him to then make sure you're there. That's it.
He claim it. It's his. It's
Yep.
his.
That's right.
That's right.
And
It's
he got
his.
one more event. He gonna run the 4x8 relay. So he about to do it again.
That's
Indeed.
what's up.
Only, he's about to do it. When is he going to do that? Because we're going to be running out of time soon.
Yeah,
And I
that's
want
gonna be
that-
a minute. That's gonna be a minute. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as always, you know, I'm gonna be abreast of what's going on with Amiri, and
Yes,
I'm
sir.
so proud of him. You know what I'm saying? And you let
Yes,
the
sir.
God know, man. Like, yo, I'm proud of him, man. Like, I couldn't be no more proud if I was sitting right there myself. You know what I'm saying?
Done deal.
And you know, when he go to Iowa, we're definitely gonna make that call out there to make sure my nephew's good. You know what
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying?
Yes, sir. You already
And-
know. You already
And
know.
you know, it's always, you know what I'm saying. We want to, you know what I'm saying, support our babies, support the nation babies, support the babies, period. But also, too, Kasim, I want to take my hat off and salute not just you supporting Amiri, but you support the young black babies in the community, for the school, for those extracurricular activities, like you spoke about coaching and being involved with other children's lives and being impactful with other children's lives. And today's show is about fatherhood. And to me, you just exemplify fatherhood and respect you, you know what I'm saying, for that more so than just your music. And you know I'm one of your number one fans when it comes down to your music. You know what I'm saying? I may change a title or two of a song, but you know what I'm saying, you know I'm pushing that. You know what I mean? And at this moment, Lord, we're gonna let you get to the track and field, and me and Kay gonna take it over. But we just want to tell you, you know what I'm saying, we love you. Tell Mary we love you, and thank you for coming on and being a part of Real to Real 360.
Yeah, thank you for
Yes,
letting
sir.
us see the great event, God. True indeed.
Indeed.
Peace.
So go ahead back and celebrate with the young God. Give the young God our love, and we're gonna be in tune. All right, God?
Yes, sir. Just make sure you both know and understand, man. I appreciate y'all greatly, and I love you too. You know what I
Love
mean?
you, man.
We in this thing together. We family, man. And thank
You
you for the
always, man.
platform. And thank you for giving that light to my young son, man. That means everything to me, and you know that.
Yeah, man. No question. You know I got love for my nephew, man. That's what it is, man.
Yes, sir.
You know? Wow.
Yes, sir.
So please, God, man, give him a hug and kiss and hold him up for me and tell him, man, we proud of him over here. You know what I'm saying?
That's a done deal.
All right, Lord. Build what you
All
sow.
right. Peace.
Peace.
Peace, God.
Please, God. Yo, when
Laws
we
to
talk
God.
about laws to God.
Yeah, baby.
See, hey, we talk about fatherhood and things of that nature. We definitely want to recognize Kasim and all the parents, you know what I'm saying, who do their duty to stand by their children. And today was a monumental day because it wasn't about music, it wasn't about anything else. It was about fatherhood and showing how as a black man is supportive of his children. And to see Kasim at the track meet today, to watch his son win the championship, Bergen County Championship, you know what I mean? And it's not just he's a weekend warrior, a weekend dad. This is something that Kasim do on a day-to-day basis where he add on with his son. And want to say thank you, you know what I'm saying, for that opportunity and give a big shout out to Kasim, Amiri. Wow, I mean just but also to ladies and gentlemen, please be advised and understand, like this week we have a full calendar. We have a full calendar this week. We have the Barcades, the legendary group, the Barcades, on tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Wednesday we have a doubleheader. We have Project 43 out of California, the Crenshaw District, which is part of Nipsey Hussle's marathon at 3-4 o'clock, and then at 7 o'clock we have the legendary R&B group, the Rude Boys.
Rude Boys.
The Rude Boys is written all over your face.
Yeah.
So it's going to be epic. And then Friday we will be discussing domestic violence, sexual assault, how to heal from these things, and going through the grieving process, and getting some resources that you may need to help you through your domestic violence or sexual assault. So please tune in for that show. And Sunday we have Commissioner Salima Dofo from Washington, D.C., Ward 8. So we got a long, healthy, great lineup of great individuals. And today set it off with a great show. And man, the magnitude of watching the babies be successful in their undertaking is so meaningful. And
I gotta add on to that, God. I gotta add on.
No question. No question.
Not only do we have one seed of family
doing
their thing, but we got another one on the flip side. Big Just, I just got him, me and him built a couple of days ago. He sent me the picture. His young God, Jameer Stewart, my little nephew.
Mm-hmm.
He took home everything, all county, all state, conference player of the year, and most outstanding player of the year, MVP, and player of the year for all large schools. And I want to show everybody. That's my nephew right there. Big Just. That's his born seed right there.
Mm-hmm.
Jameer,
congratulations.
Remember this name and this face, because it is famous already. It will be extravagant as the time comes. So big up to my brother in God, Just. We love you, bro.
Indeed.
Being a father all day long with the seed, I know you proud. I told him his chest was sticking out as wide as Nautica Mile. But I'm proud too, G. You know what I mean? It's great accomplishments to see the babies adding on.
No doubt, God. But you know what I'm saying, even with that, I'd be remiss, you know what I'm saying, not to acknowledge True Master out of Rich Mind with his young God Dominant, which is taking baseball by storm. I'd be remiss, you know what I'm saying, not to speak about Queen Unique, young queens who are, one is a dancer for the Washington Commanders, the football team, and one is about to be sworn in, you know what I'm saying, in Virginia as a district attorney. We're looking at a lot of young babies who was born in this knowledge and who grew in this knowledge and who are making things happen. Salute to all the parents, salute to, you know what I'm saying, people who sit there and they do their time and they take their responsibilities and obligations serious when it comes down to our children. We take our hat off to y'all and we salute y'all to the fullest. And at this moment in time, Kay, it's time to take us up out of here, Lord.
Yeah, one more special announcement, one more PSA. I think it's that time now, God, to let a little bit of the secret out the bag. Ladies and gentlemen and our followers, I want you to get ready. Mark your calendars. August 13th, 2022. Again, August 13th, 2022. SB Productions 910, and along with yours truly, the Real 360, presents Southern Soul coming to Darlington, South Carolina. One night only. You will be in for a treat. So if you're ready and willing, want to get out and enjoy some true Southern Soul and other R&B artists out there to hear some good music, stay tuned and stay locked. August 13th. Remember that we will be making announcements further along for ticket sales and the flyers going out. You won't want to miss. We'll be having upcoming artists that will be involved in the show to come on and embrace us and let us know. You will enjoy it. Trust me, you will enjoy the show. Not to even mention the best part, that the guards will be in the building. So you come on out and holler at the guards. But on that factor, once again, to all our fans, to all our subscribers and listeners and those who like us out there, and to even all our haters. We love you. We appreciate it. We appreciate it. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, this is the Real 360 show. I'm all good. My co-host, my brother in God is all good. And we know that Allah's 5% is fantabulous. And we know. So we give that love to each and everybody, to man, woman, and child. All right? Love your babies. Keep them close. Let them know that you are there for them. All right? This has been a true lesson. Didn't have to come with music because we bring in the energy. We are about our community. And this is what the show was about. If it wasn't, we wouldn't be Real to Real. We wouldn't be 360. We wouldn't be Gomar Oz Dubar. You understand? We wouldn't be the greatest. We wouldn't be the sons of man that we are. You know? So, as they say, Allah you Akbar, baby. Allah you justice. I want to say peace to the gods and earths. Peace to all the human families of the planet Earth. And on behalf of my brother in God, who I love you to death, my brother.
I love you too, Lord.
We out, yo. We enjoy you. We hope you enjoy us. Enjoy.
Also, too, I want to make sure that y'all listening and subscribing. And tell a friend and tell a friend. And keep sharing. Because we're going to keep bringing y'all the real content. So, DJ KY, brother, take us up out of here, son. Peace. I want to give a big shout out to the nation of God. To all the human families on the planet Earth. I say peace. To our subscribers, so each and every time we come on, I give a big shout out of love to you. The piece of man, woman, the God of his people, not first. It's time for us to disperse. We bring the best, not the worst. We thank you once again for tuning in to the real 360. We bring a friend that you can like and subscribe, so we continue to grow the way more knowledge and ways we do upon ourselves. You make it possible for us to do what we do. Now it's time